All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. Happy Sunday. Good seeing you all in the chat. Johnny's not going to be here, so he said hello. Vab and Missy, good morning. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. I'm going to just kind of jump right into what we got going on. So I've already started. So this is the Stormbird. This is one of the bigger, not the biggest, I would say third biggest machine in the original Pantheon. You can see it's roughly the same size as and I can't tell where it's, where its relationship is, like it's overhead somewhere, but I'm thinking when I watched a video on how if these two were in a fight, a Thunderjaw and a Stormbird, the body of the Stormbird seemed slightly smaller, but the wingspan is going to be quite big. So I kind of patterned that off. The head to tail is going to be a little shorter than that, but the wingspan is going to be a little bigger. So, and then I just started filling out pieces that I thought would look good, make good part choices for certain things, and then just kind of started rolling with it. So here's where we are. This will probably take I want to say maybe a couple more weeks, but I'm excited about having it all done before the end of October. And then I can start parting out pieces and then buying whatever pieces are necessary to fill out the rest of it. And while I'm doing that, I can build the scenery for it. So I feel like I'm ahead of schedule, and that's a really good feeling. So one thing I struggled with was the head. Like, I feel like the head had to be a certain size. It had to be kind of as big as the Thunderjaw, but not overly big. And my first iteration was too small. It was way too small. It was only 2 plates wide. And when I put Aloy in front of it, there's a picture of her touching the head of a... let me see if we can find it. Touching its head, and it was entirely too small. Yeah. So even the one I have now is probably too small, but it's fine. I think it'll be fine. So that's where I'm at. It'll be flexible at this point at the neck. There's a joint there. It'll be flexible at the head. Had to get creative about how to... I'm not really thrilled about this little bit right here, but that's kind of the angle I wanted. It doesn't have to be super flexible, just a little bit for posing. And then I use the hinges to flip the body. So this was all studs up this way, and this is all studs upside down this way, so I could build this bit. You can see on its chest. We're listening to some folk music, so we'll see what happens here. So that bit on its chest, had to do that. And it's just sometimes easier. There's more detail on its chest from the game than there is on its back. Its back is pretty basic. And honestly, there's no pictures of its back. The best I could do is find a picture that somebody did of a toy. And if I wanted to, I could go through the game and I could get on a Sunwing and I could fly around and try to get above one of these and try to take some screen grabs as I was doing it. But somebody had to have done that already. So, yeah, so and a lot of this is kind of like, I can't really tell what's going on in some of these. I don't need this anymore. Like, this is a great shot because it's very detailed, but it's also kind of like looking at Transformers, the Michael Bay Transformers, in that it's a bit of a mess. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, and all I know is I'm not going to be able to recreate all these like machine tendons. No idea how I'm going to do that. So the best I was thinking of doing is like using these cables, because they come in... I thought they came in yellow. They come in orange, so I could... If I wanted to use these as like tendons, they're bendable. I could get at least these big ones in here, and then use some plates or slopes or something like that for the rest of it. So that's where we are. And like I said, I've just been kind of playing with like what I think works. Like the feet were kind of a layup. These panels were kind of easy to kind of figure out. Um, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go. The one thing I'm going to struggle with is the wings need to be like on a joint. Like that's a flat piece right there. So whatever is on top here needs to kind of cover it. But these are joint. The shoulders of the wings need to be able to go like all directions, right? They need to go forward and back, up and down, twist a little bit maybe. So that is a ball joint, but I think the wings are going to be so big. So what I might do is just like test out the strength of those big ball joints, and maybe play with those. Cause I think for the legs, this socket will be fine. These ratchet sockets, they worked pretty well for the Thunderjaw. And then I think the Thunderjaw 2 had fixed knees. Like, I don't think these are bent. I think they're just fixed. Yeah, there's no, you can't, well, I have it. No, I don't. It's in a box. The knees don't move. They're just kind of fixed in place. The ankles and move a little bit, but that's about it. Because it's so big and otherwise will kind of fall apart. This thing is going to eventually need to stand on its own. There's a lot of images, and there's a lot of times like right here where it is standing and it will land and attack you. It has an attack move where if you're in front of it, it'll kind of peck the ground like this. And I think it's got a tail attack too. I can't remember. But then when it's wounded, it won't fly anymore. Like if you knock these big white thruster clusters off, it won't fly as much. Because obviously it's not a real bird and doesn't have like real wings and hollow bones to be able to actually fly. So it needs those thrusters. So if you knock those off, it's pretty ground bound. Also, you can tether it. So that's where we are. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Do you guys have plans today? What you doing with your Sunday? Watching some sports, watching some movies, doing some yard work, resting, sorting. Happy first day of October. I know this is release day for a lot of sets that are coming out. VIP, I think, early for the Venator. So if you're getting the Venator, have fun with that. So I'm going to get rid of these for now, and I'm going to put the big ball joints in here because I think I want this to be able to rotate more. But again, like I said, I don't know if it's going to... Also, I think I may have screwed myself by building the inside of that before. Because I needed to fill that with stuff, so now I probably don't need as many plates in there. Find the one that is the cheapest. There's also, I think it's, I don't know why I keep doing that. I think it's one of these. No. Yeah, because these have got these axle holes on them, and I don't like those. It makes for a very dodgy connection to the next thing in line. These would actually be pretty good. I may consider these, but these are also, I think, kind of expensive. I got a couple of these for the Shell Walker, and it wasn't cheap. That doesn't come in that color. What color did that come in? Probably black. Sort and build. Do you have something for October's meeting? An idea for that? I'm not going to be at the October meeting, so I might try to build something small just to say I built a MOC. But I don't know yet. Depends on if I've got time between now and then. And I already have an idea for November's build, the doorway one. $26, 13.7. All right, so that's the cheap one. So keep that over here, but also we need to do brick toe ball. There we go. There's one in here that's that, and I think that comes in black. Okay, and I think I may have one of those. That's the other thing. Watching you, I was trying to find music for my stream, which I will now stream on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Cool. Other than that, might play a game. Oh, so I'm grounded from video games. I grounded myself because I went ahead and got No Man's Sky, which is a game that, like, when it originally came out, I was very excited about. It looked cool, but then the more I read about it before I got it, everyone's like, it's got bugs. It's got a lot of problems. Certain things don't work. The story is thin. Blah 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 blah. So I put it off and never got it. But then I just kept seeing more and more about it and how it was a great game. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. And so eventually, finally, I did yesterday or 2 days ago, Friday night. Beth was at work and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get No Man's Sky. I was waiting in a lobby on Battlefront 2 and like I was just not getting into a game. And I was like, I'm just playing this to play it. And it just feels dumb. So I'm going to go ahead and get a new game. So I got that. All right. So this is going to replace a lot of this in here. What is that? Just a plate. So let's get rid of all this. Maybe, no, that's probably all right. So I got No Man's Sky on Friday, and then I played it. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. And then so I played it Friday night, and I was like, yeah, this will be fun. And so then the next day I woke up, and Beth works Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 7 to 7. So she gets up at like 5:30, which means I get up at 5:30 because I can't go back to sleep. I try to sleep in the guest room on those days so I can like sleep in a little later. But like even when I'm like somewhere else, like I can see when lights in the house come on. I'm a real light sleeper. I have very thin eyelids, whatever the case may be. But like the dog comes and jumps on me and I'm like, okay, I'm awake. So I thought, no problem. Saturday I'll wake up. And I got lots of stuff to do. There was a game. There was we were doing some tifo painting, and I was like, I got this. Right, this is gonna be a great day. I've got some yard work to do. I got to clean up the house a little bit. I wanted to start parting out, cleaning up, taking nice pictures of, and then parting out all the classic cars that I've got, so I can start selling those. And like I had stuff to do. I had this whole thing, right? So I was like, I'm gonna eat some breakfast. I'm gonna play like an hour or so of No Man's Sky just to kind of wake up, and then like 9 o'clock, once everybody's awake on a Saturday, I can start doing yard work, right? And then I've got till 4 o'clock to get, all this stuff done, go grocery shopping. So I started playing No Man's Sky, and before I know it, it's 3 o'clock, and I have the worst headache. Like I played for like 6-7 hours, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I didn't eat, I didn't drink water, and I'm like, what the heck happened? Like I kept looking at my phone, going, oh, just a little longer. Oh, just a little longer. Oh, I'll just do this one thing. I just need this one mineral. I just need to go find this one thing. I'll just build this one thing. And before I knew it, it was like 3 o'clock, and I was like, I need to eat something and drink like 3 glasses of water and take a shower and lay down and like do all these things to try to get rid of my headache. So by 4:30, I'm ready to go paint tifo and then go to a watch party because you can't do that with a headache. So I did that. And then I texted Beth. I'm like, I am grounded from computers. or I'm grounded from playing a video game. She's like, why? What happened? I told her. She's like, yeah. Well, I could have told you that was going to be a problem. So I think I'm going to try to do a hinge here. And then another hinge here. So that might be one of these guys. If these guys aren't terribly expensive. Are they better? Dark bluish gray. I love this now. Cheapest color for this is dark bluish gray. What about this one? Cheapest color for this is dark green. Interesting. Cheapest color for this is dark red. Also interesting. And dark red for that. Interesting. Okay, so let's try. I like this one. Cheapest color for that is dark green. Okay, well, let's just try it with this one. Okay, let's do that. See how that goes. I did that once, played a game for like 4 hours, kept saying I need to eat right after. Oh, yeah. Everything was like, so if you don't know what No Man's Sky is, it's a survival game. And it's a very open world, and it's procedurally generated, and it's populated by a bunch of people. So you can either play multiplayer-ish, or you can just play the game version, and there's other people in the game, and you can like look at them and talk to them and invite them to join you and stuff. So it's kind of a MMO, even the single player version, but there's also an MMO portion of it. And I haven't figured out the distinction yet. So you're dropped into, you just wake up and you're in a ship and you don't know, or you're nearby a ship and you get into it and you don't know who you are or where you're from, and you don't know what planet, where you are currently. So you have to figure all this out. But in order to figure these things out, you need to like save yourself first. You've got a tool that can like mine elements. And so you need these elements to like fix your radiation suit or give yourself life support or do all these things. And then you got to find these things to like fix your ship. And you got to find these things to build other things that can build other things that can help you get other things to build other, right? It's this whole thing. But I was 4 hours behind. If I would have stopped at 4 hours, I still would have had time to go to the grocery store. I'm so mad at myself. So because of that, this has got to be a ball joint too. I wish we had a big ball joint like that, but it was a plate. I know they don't make those, so this is gonna. Oh, I can do one of these. I think I have a couple of these. I don't know if this will work or not, though. Let's stick this in here and see what happens. No, I already don't like it. It's got a weird angle. What about these? Yeah, so it was like, well, if I stopped now, it's that same reason why I try not to have any timepieces in my bedroom, right? I've got a clock radio, but it's set on the dim, so I don't see it. And I don't know why I have it there, right? Because I don't look at the clock, and I also don't use it as I used to use it as an alarm for the longest time, and I would have it set to the quietest volume that you could like barely hear it, and it was set to classical music. So, or classic music radio station. So just the act of the clock going, and then the music playing was enough to wake me up. So if I wake up and I look at the clock and I see that it's 3:17, the rest of the night I'm going to be like, well, okay, that means I can get 2 hours and 23 minutes of sleep. Or, I do the math back to my alarm and I'm like, I can't sleep like that. Luckily, working from home allows me to just kind of like wake up when I wake up. Usually Beth wakes up at a certain time and she's got 47 alarms set. So something wakes me up. But I can't have a timepiece in my room because I would be doing that. If I go to sleep now, there's these that have like a toe ball that you can put a socket in. But I don't think there's an axle plate. So here's a joint, here's a joint, here's a joint. And then this joint has all the fingers. So this is basically the same as a shoulder, an elbow, and a wrist. And then these are fingers up here. I do that on nights I can't sleep. Oh, so you do the math and that helps you sleep. That's interesting. Yeah, I will sit there and I'll be like, I'll constantly be looking at the clock going, okay, well now if I go to sleep. Okay, well now if I go to sleep. So I can do this and then I can do a claw. A kale? That's not a claw. So this guy should be able to bend. I can bend him. Yeah, he's got a bendable thing. So that'll be one thing. I like that a lot. Oh, it doesn't help me sleep. Okay, well, what's going on here? Oh, this thing's in the way. Derp. So every time Beth wakes up, or one of us wake up in the middle of the night, she goes, "What time is it?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't look at the clock. I know my limitations. I'm not convinced this is good. I might move this. I really like these pieces, but I think these are going to get in the way. I might oh, I can't raise that up. So happy first day of October. I was at the grocery store today and I bought a like 5-foot skeleton and a bunch of skeleton hands and some skulls. I have some decorations from last year, like gravestones and stuff. I have this really awesome ghost that I'm going to try to hang again. It's a garage ghost where you hang it up on above your garage and then like drape it across and like it's supposed to cover your garage. But I put him in the tree, so it's this big billowy thing. I gotta get that out there. So I the skeleton's literally like probably about 4'8", 4'9". And I was able to put him in the front seat and put a seatbelt on him. Drive home like that. A couple of people were like, "Did I just see that?" Excuse me. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I have a problem with shutting my brain down too. Luckily I can, you know what? I'm worried about these wings. Let's finish this. Now that I've decided on that, let's finish this chest in here. Oh, I needed to fill all that out too. Okay, so let's hide that. Yeah, I need to figure out. Got rid of something in here that I need to fill out now. That was probably a mistake. So let's take this guy and all his parts and move him out. Just move him out. Okay, now he had... Oh, wait, I don't remember. Let's just hide these because I don't care about those. Don't forget about lug bulk. I would love to not forget about lug bulk. Let's, you know what? Just to be fun, let's look because we haven't got the dates. We haven't got, there's no invoices from lug bulk for project support. MegaCon introducing this new guy. I think this new guy is going to take over from the lady who was previously there. Autism by day, Autism Day by the NVA. A bunch of lug stuff. meetings, lug meetings. I need to put our lug meeting in there. Somebody's doing all of next year, which is fine. There's a big discussion about the okay, this is something else. The sustainability article that came out about Lego not doing its initial idea of non-oil based plastics, and everyone's freaking out. Scareback, I don't know what that is. Something in Billund, but yeah, nothing in here. It's nothing about lug bulk and everything. What's up, Greg? So I wish I could get updates about it. I wish somebody would give us project support link updates, and I think I only need one plate right there. So let's just do one plate. But they haven't given us anything yet. Okay, show all. So that's probably good. Hide that one, and now I need to, I don't know why this is in here. Doesn't need to be. I was holding something else in place, so I can get rid of that. And oh, you know what I could do? So a 3-plate, a 2-plate, and a 3-plate. 3, 2. Order the vendor. No, you want to buy some expert cars? I need to get rid of some cars so I can earn the money to do so. So I can buy that. Oh, that could be a full 6. Or it could just go like that. Oh, perfect. I want it to be that far out, though. So can we do... Yep. Brick modified. What are your options? I have... I have the... let's see, Click and Cliff already got the Aston Martin and the... What's the other one? And the Mini Cooper. I still have the classic pickup truck, the Porsche, the Mustang, the Fiat, both VW buses, the VW Bug, and the Vespa. I think that's it. Yeah. So those are the cars I have. I'm going to try to sell them. They've just been on display forever, and I don't, I built them and they were fun, and now somebody else can have them. I'm both running out of space, and I would like to be able to get that Venator without, without my wife going, you do realize that was $600. Do I have the F40? No, I don't think so. Oh, brilliant. That's perfect. That worked so well. Total accident. All right, which means now I get to do this stuff next to it. So let's start with a plate. do a round plate. Why do a regular plate when you can do a round plate? What the hell? And then that'll be in black. Oh, what's better for these guys? 16 cents, 14 cents. 16, 9 cents, 11. So that's better. I don't even know what the F40 is. Is that a Lamborghini? So yeah, having wasted 6 hours on No Man's Sky yesterday, I am now grounded. I grounded myself from video games for at least today, if not the rest of this week. I need to work on Lego stuff. I need to do stuff around the house. There's just... Oh, no, I don't have the F40. I have the 911 Taraga. The Turbo Taraga. Is that what the other name is? There's the 911 Turbo and the 911 Taraga. So I've got those. Okay, let's see. Let's just kind of make this up. This looks like a backward slope that's partially in white. So let's repeat that. But we'll turn this around. And we'll flip these two colors. That should be a little farther out, actually. So let's... Studio does not like when you build underneath the build plane. Like, it has an identity crisis about where things go. This little bit may need to be smaller. That may be entirely too big for this section. Huh. All right. Well, let's see if we can reduce that a little bit. I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. Is there another view? Yeah, see, I thought that was a good size, but... maybe it just needs to be broader up at the top. Let's just do that. Because I like the way that looks. So, why are 5-sided cylinders so extremely difficult to figure out? Oh, yeah, have fun with that. Because you need, what is it? 5 divided by 360 would be 72 degrees. You need something 72 degrees offset. Does that make 360? 35. 5 times 7 is 35. Yeah. You have to tell whatever you're turning it to be 72 degrees. Are you using swivel plates? Are you going to do like some snot bricks that are rotated with like pins or something on it so it can connect slope plates around it? Kind of like the... Are you doing a cylinder? Are you doing another rocket portion? I think that needs to just be hugely maxed out under there. Yeah, this needs to be a lot bigger. So let's do this instead. Just get rid of that. And get rid of that. And this can go back here. Because clip and bar. Yep. With slope curve, and it is from my 1/70th scale ISS. Hey, you're gonna have to get that ISS done before they it's coming down, right? They are deorbiting it. It's gonna land somewhere in the Pacific. Apparently there's a graveyard somewhere in the South Pacific. Seven-round diameter. Oof. Oh my God, my throat is sore. So, went and paid at a TIFO yesterday. And a TIFO is a large banner that is placed, or that's hoisted before the game starts at the soccer games. And the word tifo comes from some Italian word meaning fandom. I don't know what to do with this. Let's do a rail. Rails are always good. Is that... Sure, why not? I think I like the rail farther down here. No. I guess that works. And we did that for a couple hours, and then we actually went to a watch party at Austin Beer Works, and they were having, this is a whole huge like subgroup of a subgroup kind of thing. So there's Austin FC's the soccer team. There's two supporter groups. One's called Anthem and one's called Los Verdes. Los Verdes, I believe, is probably the bigger one, but Anthem is, I mean, they're both whatever, whatever group you want to be in is fine. But Los Verdes is the one that we're in. And within those groups are different like subgroups. Like there's the people who work on the TIFO, or there's people who make and wear patches, or there's people who, there's a whole Pringles thing going on where a couple of years ago, Pringles was doing a thing where if you bought a can of Pringles, for every can you got X amount of dollars at the MLS store. So people and there was like no limit. So people went crazy with it. And let's do a log. So there's a whole subculture where since they were able to get like jerseys and stuff for basically free, I'm going to redo something here. I don't like this offset at all. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to move this. So there's a whole subculture related to just the Pringles guy. His name's Julius. Can I get rid of just that and just put these guys in there? That's probably good. Because then I can do the whole thing. There was a thing called the Fightin' Leslies. There's a character a person in Austin named Leslie. There was. Leslie's no longer with us. Leslie Cochran, fixture in sort of Austin counterculture scene. Was a homeless person, an unhoused person. I guess back then you could just say homeless. That ran for mayor. Was walked around downtown, rode a bike sometimes, had a giant cardboard sign or cardboard house attached to their bike. Was very outspoken on like the rights of the homeless and mental health, all this kind of stuff, right? Was kind of famous for wearing thong underwear. 50, 60-year-old dude, right? Thong underwear, tube tops, long hair, sometimes heels, rode the bike around, right? Leslie, yeah. So after they died, or even I think before they died, there was like a foundation for like homelessness or the unhoused and mental health and like all this other stuff. So part of the group made some flags or some scarves that would raise money for this group. And the scarf was Leslie's legs like this, right? Just butt cheeks and legs. And to this day, I'm like, I'm so mad that I didn't get one of those. And so we're talking to the dude who was in that group last night, and then all the groups come together to watch the games. That's kind of the thing. We're all at the games, we're all doing our own thing, but we're all doing them together. It's fun. Nope. Let's throw in one of these new 1x3 round plates in here. Because I think they come in white now, right? No. Black. Fine. And then put that in black. Still needs to come out a little more. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, other than I wanted to get one of those scarves yesterday. So yesterday also was at Austin Beer Works. Oh, the reason I say all this is because one of the subgroups is the Pollo. And you know the chickens that you squeeze and they go, right? They got the big mouth and the eyes. So there's a whole group within Los Verdes, Los Pollos. There was a game back in the day where the travel team, which means the fan club that would travel with the team, was out in DC, and blah, blah, blah. Where am I going with this? 1x2 round tile. That was too accurate. I think that may be too much, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's too much, and I think I want to do... Nope, I don't want anything to interfere with the way that neck moves. That's probably fine. Okay. I just kind of want to be done with it. They're out in DC, and as they're coming into the stadium, security does not let this dude who's carrying a giant pollo, a giant chicken, that he is painted he either found one that was green or what, but he had a green one and he put a jersey on it or painted a jersey on it, and they wouldn't let him bring it in. It's a noisemaker, or it's something that can be thrown on the field. Sometimes they have these weird security things where there's certain things you can't bring in. So they took it into security and they wouldn't let him have it. And then Austin was losing 3-1 or 3-0 with about 10 minutes to go. And at that point, the dude got his whatever back from security. They gave it back to him because they're like, the game's almost over. Whatever, here's all your stuff back. And at that point, Austin came back and won the game 4-3 or something like that. So there's the legend of the Pollo. And ever since then, it's free the Pollo. Libre los Pollos. And I'm butchering that. But so ever since then, all it takes is one little thing, and like people will turn it into this huge subgroup. So the Pollos became these things, right? You get little ones, you get ones with, so there's this guy who was running this, and he contacted the original guy who made the original chicken, right? And talked him into helping him get some special made. And he's like, what would you need? What would you like? Because the more people who have these, the more people will go and buy one because they're hilarious, right? So the dude gave him like 15 custom made with jerseys and then like a black mohawk, and like there's some that are hand painted, so they're one of a kind. And then the company who actually produced them gave him some more to do something with, and like it's this whole thing. So much so that Austin Beer Works came up with a beer named Pollo something or other. It's a Pilsner. So it was a Pollo Pilsner. So they had a big release party yesterday, and they had can art. Let me go get some stickers. I'll be right back. So the Pollo, crazy Pollo. So they did a beer release yesterday with special can art, and there was contests where you could win one of these little, like a little 10-inch Pollo or something like that. Here's one of the stickers I'm going to do. So you can, of course, the build camera is not working. There we go. There's one of the stickers, and it's Fighting Leslie. So the Fighting Leslies, so it's Pollo FC. Right. So the can art looked like this. It was all this kind of stuff. And I'm sad because I'm like, this is stuff I could draw, right? I'm so upset at myself for not doing any of this. And of course they had a whole themed Austin Beer Works thing. But you can also, like, this is one of the scarves that you can get if you got into the Pollo thing. I don't know if you can kind of tell. Knock pieces everywhere, but you can see the giant face on the scarf, right? So waving this up at the stands is kind of crazy. And here's the other side of that scarf. So it's just weird stuff like this all the time, right? So it was a blast. The team lost, of course, because we're in this losing streak where we're just not doing well. Where's my... So it was a lot of fun. One of the better like watch parties I've been to in a while. Oh, I wanted to leave that out because I'm not sure if I want to use that. I think these come in black. Okay, so that's done. Save. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Perfect. All right. I posted on Blue Sky a complaint I had about fans and social media and stuff. I had posted one of my images for I forget what it was. Like, I think it was the Trampler or something like that. And somebody posted, do I want that side down? I want that side down. So I do want that. And the person's comment was, hey, that's really cool. Have you seen all my stuff? And I was like, you know, I get, so I posted on, oh, this would be perfect. And I can put a plate on that. I get it that everybody needs to like drum up business for themselves and stuff, but I feel like it's really classless to like hijack somebody's creative post to pimp your own stuff. Like, have you seen that? I just worked on this for weeks. Do you like it? I love it. Have you seen my exact same thing? Okay, that's not why I'm doing this. But I don't know. I got real bent out of shape about it. I need the top of this guy. Like, I need to see the top. That's not an artistic rendition. I may need to go into the game and see if I can get some over the head. They're the only ones that I can find are this toy. And I'm like, I get it, that's cool, but it's a 3D print. I'm like, well, where did you get it? Where did you get the information for it? I guess that's a good one. See, I don't think that's how that attaches, though. I think that's... Yeah, it's just really frustrating. You're like, oh, somebody left a comment on, oh, it's, you know, it's sort of like, here's my ideas thing that I submitted to Lego. Here's my Lego ideas thing. It's like, cool, here's mine. It's like, that's not what this is about. Like, that's fine. Oh, is this the back? Yes. Oh, no, I don't want that one. I want the original. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Oh, it's got 2 more on the back. Okay, cool. So at some point I need to put 2 more canisters. I think they're blaze canisters on its butt. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I needed. All right, so that's good. It's good thruster position. Go in the game after your timeout is over. Yeah. And I get it. Getting votes on ideas is not easy because it's just not easy. All right, so we'll work on the legs next, but I wanted to get like, let's just do a wedge plate. Like this. So this is going to limit its movement for its wings. Probably too much, but we'll... Or maybe I could just do this. Nah, it's okay. Let's do this. And then a big... Can I do a bigger, slightly bigger one? I wish there was a slightly bigger one. Getting stuff listed on ideas is real rough. I get it. But it's like nothing's going to ingratiate you less to me than spamming your own stuff. Oh, that's pretty. Does this come black or white? Okay, so maybe not that, but this one, maybe. And then let's put a tile. And the dude who did it was like his stuff was pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I just don't want to now. I don't know. I guess I'm being a little bit snobbish about it, but crap. Nope. I'll just do that for now. Yeah, okay. We'll worry about the rest of that later. I say just put it up, and if people like it enough, they will. But that's been my thing for 5 years. Like, I know I like link to my stuff, but I link to myself in like my Discord or my Facebook page, or my own account of something. I don't go like jump onto other people's Instagrams or onto their YouTube channels and like, hey, go visit my stuff. Like, that feels weird to me, so I don't do it. And I know, coming from doing comic books, that there's ways to get ahead, and I think sometimes I'm not doing the things to like all the things you need to do to like get noticed and get seen and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, then that's fine, because I don't want to do those things. I've always hoped that the work itself would speak for itself, and that's fine. If it does, it does. It doesn't, I guess. I posted a picture of the Concorde on my. What's up, Walter? Posted a picture of the Concorde on my Facebook page the other day, and I think it was Beth's mom was like, "Is this yours or a kit or a set you can buy?" And I was like, "It's a set." And I was like, "Bless you for thinking I could do something like this." And they're like, "You can, I've seen you build big things. I bet you could have done this." I'm like, "No, not the Concorde. Are you kidding? That thing is amazing." How are you, Walter? How's your afternoon going? Afternoon, early evening. Ooh, I bet I could do. You're watching history on television. Nice. Anything interesting? Axle pin. I think these only come in blue or black. They're expensive, yeah. All right, let's do that. And then there's a Technic plate. Portugal is making history. Rugby World Cup. Oh, I get that kind of history. Neat. I forgot about this. Oh, that's going to be great. Is it going to be better than this, though? I guess it's not a Technic plate. It's a modified plate. With a hole in it. I just realized you guys probably can't hear the music at all. Not that it matters. It's some weird old folk tune. 17 cents or 23 cents or 17 cents. Okay. I think that might be better. This seems a little limited. Oh, you know what? That's going to flop all over the place too. Unless clip. We are a half professional nation time. It's making tryouts on every match. Why won't that rotate? Cool. I'm happy with that. Super happy. And in the moment, winning against Australia. Stud Sidious, it's been a while. What's up with you? Thanks for being here. How are you? Raid, what's up, Mayo? Huh, Good morning, Brick World must be done. 3224. Oh, I forgot about this. This is going to be... Where would I put this, though? And what color? Is that the right one? 32249. 3224. It doesn't give me a 3224. Why does it not give me a 3224? Portugal is beating Australia at rugby currently. Oh, I'm dropping frames. Woohoo! We're back. We're back, baby. Nope, new part on Bricklink. 3224. Oh, sexy. Look at that. Pairs in 2 sets. Is this in the Viking? Nope. Oh, Ninjago City. Oh, man. Yeah, well, I didn't get that set. Look, that's amazing. That's a really good set, too. That is a cool piece. Black. It comes in black and white. You know what? This is going to be a good piece for things that need to look like scaffolding. Like if you get a bunch of these together, you could rotate them and make like fence pieces. It's nice. Was this on a God, those sets have been out for a little while though. I'm actually shocked that it's not in studio yet. Cool. I'm so excited for this. That looks great. And then under here, I don't have a ton of room, but I could put, if I wanted to, I could put more like, what those like the muscle fiber things. But I think now is probably pretty good, looking pretty good. Very happy with how things are going. Australia Rugby Union is a shell of its former self from what it was 10 years ago. All right. Well, we've got an Australian and a Portuguese in the chat debating rugby. So I'm loving this. All right. Where's that one with the back? What else do we need to do on its back? Right here. A couple stripes before its legs. Wish I could see that a little better, but let's just do it doesn't look like this needs to bend right here. I thought it might. Maybe a little farther back. Can't really tell from any of these angles, really. I want to make sure it's plenty flexible. But every image I see is just it like hanging out like this, kind of just straight up and down with its claws out and its wings up. That's all really you see of it too, is just kind of doing this above you and then it comes down. Oh, I bet, is that middle bar in that frame, is that a clippable bar? That'd be interesting to be able to like what you could do with that on a clip, have it rotated 45 degrees like that. Especially if you had the clip, if it was like a ring with a clip on it, like those tiles with the clips on top, and then that thing sitting on top of it at a twisted angle. That'd be pretty cool. That's a Sunwing. Yeah, I can't really tell where that needs to. Well, that's a good. It's almost like it's right at its. So, like, this would be. I'll get rid of that. This would be more back here, like this. Which means these can come out. And I'm trying to do a thing where I double join it so the friction can be a little stiffer so it doesn't, because that's kind of a critical hip joint there. Thanks, Mayo. So this needs to be extended now. Can we extend that? Which means these can be replaced with these. Perfect. Just put a plate in there. What size plate is that? That's a 3. Crap. So this will be 4. And a 2. And then this can be a 4. And then this can be another 4 and a 1. All right. Good. And now, excuse me. This is a hard thing to do to get striped. Like right here, these 2 white stripes going into its back. Like without stickers. Yeah, it's just real hard to do. Especially on the underside like this. So not going to worry about it too much. I think I'm just going to leave that as is. And we will put some slopes. I wonder if I listen to the soundtrack for Horizon Zero Dawn while I'm streaming, if I'm going to get dinged. What do you think? You think somebody's listening and will ding it? You think I'll get shut off? Let's replace one of these. We've secretly replaced. Is that a 2? Bracket. Oh, this guy's going to be complicated. Why you have to go and make things so complicated? Curve slope. It'll make you more motivated, if anything else. I'd be just worried that like it would, like my stream would get shut off. And I'm already having enough problems with my streams as it is. This is going to be an opportunity to put one of these orange plates in here because I always like doing that. Okay, cool. I like how that looks. That looks great. It's not exact, but it's pretty good. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm game for a shutdown that's not my own. So let's try. So this is. Yeah, this is it. Can I change the? If you guys haven't, this is a good 4 hours of background music that you can have. It's just really good music. I'm going to play it for a couple seconds and then I'll go back to the other thing. But yeah, if you can, there's a lot of so I don't play it for more than like 30 seconds. Should be okay. But this is what I want to listen to, like when I'm doing this. And the Forbidden West soundtrack is easily as good. This is a great theme. It's so you can barely hear it though in the background, I'm sure. Anyway, let's bring this up again so I don't get turned off. It's stupid. It's dumb. What were we listening to? Folk? Yeah, let's keep listening to that. All right. Save. What's next here? Soft little underbelly thing here. We'll just kind of put a couple plates here. What is that? 2x4 plate. Tile. All right. Now, goodness. I just get so bored of like the music from the free streaming services that it's like, ugh. So this won't curve a whole lot, but this should. Let's see how this moves now. See if this, first of all, if it picks everything up. doesn't move a whole lot. I think this is in the way. So let's raise it up. And that doesn't go very far. Okay. So we can get rid of this maybe. And then how far can it go up? That's better. Again, this is mostly to be posable. Like once. I might clip a little there, but so let's get rid of that. All right, so that's movable that way slightly. I might trim. I might figure out how to maybe lower that. Yeah, maybe we'll lower that because that doesn't really matter. That would solve a lot. Well, not a lot of problems. That thing just sticking in there doesn't help anything. So, nope. What did I just delete? So this is cool, but we may have to get rid of it. Give some more breathing room. Sure that is all the way in there. That should give us more wing room and more room to move his head around. This can go here and just be rotated. See, I don't understand why. Oh, because it thinks it's... That's going to be a problem. How about that way? There we go. Does that look dumb? It doesn't look as good. Let's try instead nozzle. That might work a little better. Save that guy for later. I did like this being like a little thicker in the neck, though. So, round plate, it is. I'm just going to have stock in these round plates because they're just going to be all over this model. Ubiquitous, as it were. think that's out too far. No, this one's probably better. So I'm on the point in No Man's Sky where I have, if anybody's played it, you're dropped into kind of the middle of nowhere. You're in a spacesuit and you're near a spaceship, and you have to. First of all, I'm on an irradiated planet, and I have to figure out how to save myself from being irradiated. And so it tells you, oh, I've got this tool in my hand. What does it do? And like, I've got all these commands. I can use a sensor, and I can see that there's elements around here. And if I mine these elements, I can recharge my technology to do certain things, like my life support or my radiation protection. All this stuff. Bye, Mayo. Take care. Oh, I've got fire ant bites on my legs. I stepped in a fire ant bed mowing the yard. All right. Yeah, I still like this. Are his wings white? I don't think so. I think they're gray. Can't really tell on half of these things. They may be white. Because there's white pieces and then there's gray pieces. And I'm wondering if these are supposed to be white. Or at least very light gray. Maybe white. Let's assume the top is white. That makes more sense. Okay. To make more sense if this wasn't here like this, and I could, it would give us more room to move, and it would still look kind of good. Right? No, it wouldn't look as good. Limited mobility on the wings. That's fine. They could probably go up a little higher, and that's okay. Okie doke. Just so I don't get into weird placement issues, let's set these back to 360, which isn't apparently very flat. That's weird. What is this one supposed to be? 270. Okay. And then $360. Why does that look wrong? I guess it's not. It just looks weird. Okay. Thanks for the info, Kyle. I will check that out after stream. Appreciate that. I mean, I don't mind this channel. I don't mind Pretzel. If anybody wants music, it's fine. It serves its purpose, and you can pick. You have to have a Twitch account, I think, to be able to use it. Like, I don't think you can sign in with just your YouTube account. So, and I haven't streamed on Twitch in forever, so I feel kind of disingenuous doing it, but All right. What's next? Next is these sections of wings here. So this is going to be, actually, this has to go back to attach this guy. So let's see what we can do for this. It's a whole different, like, section. Excuse me. No idea how these are attached. So, but they look like they're attached to this main wing right here if they just come off that. So maybe we do a little bit more off this. Wedge plate. Let's see what wedge plate works for this. Let's just throw some stuff in there and see what works. Because whatever it is back here, tile. Hate remembering if like the jumper plates and tiles are plates or tiles. And apparently they are plates. Which one of these is the newer one? 92593 or 417? I almost want to say that's newer because of the stud gripping. But I don't know. Whatever they have to be white. So let's figure out what the cheaper one is. Price updating and price updating. Well, that's great. 8 cents, 5 cents. Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, so let's do this and that. And then tile. Okay, that's pretty good so far. Let's just roll with this. All right, I'm still streaming. That 30 seconds of Horizon Zero Dawn music must not have been a problem. K-Pipe sent me a message request. Happy Toddler Official. Nope. Delete. Not even going to read the message. I love those. We want you to be a spokesperson for this product that you have no interest in. I don't have toddlers. So then there's more of this off this side. I almost just want to do this. And then attach this underneath it. let's not do it that way. Let's do it with 2 by 2. I don't know why I keep typing it. I should be looking it up this way so I know where the pieces are. Black. Nope. There's another thing that's happening with Studio, and I don't know when this started, but you drag a piece into the scene, you place it, you go to change the color, and it changes the color of the piece that you've attached it to. And it's really frustrating. This is a very interesting song. So let me see if it works again. So like, let's say I put this piece on here and then I go to color it. See, sometimes it picks the piece underneath or something. And I don't know if it's just like the mouse is moving too quick. See, that's fine. But yeah, sometimes it'll like immediately unselect itself. So maybe I'm just crazy. Slope. Curved. Inverted. Excuse me. A whole other section over here. Or maybe that is the whole other section that I've just newly attached it to. Yeah, that'll work. And then this is a pretty long section here, so this will be like... That thing will be like way up here. Getting a lot of good work done. This is a very complicated animal so far. I hope it's not too complicated, but doing my best to be creative and make it look right. So my drink just went down the wrong tube. I'm literally waiting for that to happen to me too. So Oh, that'll take care of that. That's fine. I was going to say, so this is going to spin around all over the place because it's this Technic pin job thing. But if this is attached, how much is this guy? 60 cents. That's going to be a pretty pricey thing, but I bet you can find one for cheaper. The average price won't be. You know what I just realized? First of all, I'm dropping frames again. I'm such an nincompoop. Let's see if that fixes stuff. Probably dropped me completely. Let me know if the stream drops. But I just realized I've been on Wi-Fi this whole time. Because I'm a dingus. US, min quantity 2. Not 20. Yeah, 20 cents. All right, so I'm not too worried about that. I can feel my throat. I can feel the phlegm threatening to. Well, I dropped 10,000 frames this go around, but I was on Wi-Fi for an hour and 45 minutes, which means my Wi-Fi is pretty good, and I'm nowhere close to the Wi-Fi. So this has to be turned over. Okay. And again, it has to be further up. Probably right there. Probably right there. Okay. Thank goodness for this view. I mean, for real. All right, so there's a whole like beam off of this, and then there's plates for the feathers. So I was looking at using some of these sword type things for the feathers, but I think they may be too big. Although maybe not. These feathers are about as long as the neck and head. So maybe it should be all right. But I would need the contraption to hold them all in place, and I don't. Really laggy now. Awesome. Now that I'm hardwired in. All right, well, it's stabilized. There's literally nothing else running. Maybe I've got too many of these tabs open. Don't need that one. Don't need... This one's too complicated. I can't tell anything about that. I'm going to close... I don't think I need this one. How do I full screen? There we go. I'll close this one. There was a little image over here, but I think we'll deal with it. 13,000 frames dropped now. Neat. So happy for my current internet. So as I was saying, that should be about the same size. So if I wanted to put these over here, and are they white or are they gray? Because I don't think these come in white is the problem. Oh, they do. Okay. I was also thinking of using these for the tail. so maybe I can use them for both. They look like they're roughly the same shape. Again, see, there's this little bitty joint where like none of these have to do with physics, really. They just attach. I mean, it looks good. Oh, and these thrusters are like on the front. Wow. Okay. All right. So basic understanding, there's a big thing attached to this joint that looks kind of almost bionicle-ish. I wonder if we can get a bionicle. Is it still laggy or is it stabilized? What is that? This would be really cool if if it had something to connect to on the other side. I think I might just do plates and make them interesting. I also need an inverted slope. Oh wait, curved. I don't like that they put the curved inverted slopes under the curved slopes. It should still be inverted, I think, first to hold that clip in there. Now it's dropped. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I don't know what else to do. It just like every once in a while just does it. Like I could take my phone off of Wi-Fi. I don't think my phone's doing it. The PlayStation's shut down. This is the only computer that's doing anything right now. So ISP. I've also I don't know if this matters at all. I've lowered my bit rate. This was like 2500. So that's down. That was a recommendation. I don't know what the rest of this is. CP usage. I could change this to fast or medium, but I think any of these changes that I would do here, I would interrupt the stream or I'd have to restart OBS for it to. But this is it. This is what I've got to work with. Latency on YouTube is low. I could probably change that to normal. Let me see if it's. I won't know on this. It's on the setup, so I'd have to like start up a new one and look. Try 10,000. This is the upload bit rate. I thought it was too much. I thought having a higher bit rate for upload, like if my ISP can't handle it, it's going to start backing up and then start dropping. If I'm sending up to 10,000, that's unless I'm thinking about that backwards. Let's see. I don't think I have a. I don't think I can see what my current bit rate is. All three people. Yeah, I can't do anything while it's running. Plus, I just edited it. Did it kill it? Optimization. Slow mode. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of information on here. When you are... This is just for the video. This has nothing to do with the encoder. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with it while it's... Well, let's try it. I don't know what'll happen to... 10,000, you say? See what happens. Didn't ask me to restart anything, so... But immediately started dropping frames. Yeah, I think that needs to be lower. I'm not sending any... Well, I may need that, but I don't think my ISP can handle it. Yeah, it made it worse. Like, I'm just assuming nobody can see what's happening right now. And I've turned the music off because I can't tell honestly right now what's causing it to be terrible. Nope. So I'm going to set this back because it's done nothing but drop frames since... I'm going to say 1500. See if that clears it up. It immediately started working again. Yeah, I don't know what the distinction is. I would assume a lower bit rate meant fewer bits being uploaded. Like if I'm sending 10,000 bits a second to YouTube, if my ISP goes, I'm sorry, I can only handle... It should be for YouTube could probably handle it. I don't think my ISP can handle it. That's my problem. I mean, I can talk to him and say, hey, put me on a different... We should be getting Google Fiber in here, which as soon as we do, I'm dropping Optimum like a hot potato. Because it is like... I'm constantly having problems with him. It's like rebooting my router doesn't seem to help anymore, blah, 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 blah. All right, so I said I'm going to plate build this thing. Let's just do... This is going to be a weird... So this is a weird thing where they're still attached, but they're attached differently. What was your encoder set to your... I can't read what that word is. Oh, there we go. That might help. What was your encoder set to, your GPU or your processor? It's going to be my... It can't be my GPU. My GPU is terrible. So it's my processor, my CPU. I do need to get a better graphics card. Stream output. I don't know what the rate control is. I don't know. It's all grayed out anyway. It doesn't really matter, apparently. I could change this to less CPU. See, but this is all local. This is nothing. So I don't think it's a performance thing on my computer. Like, I think my computer's fine. I think it's whatever I'm sending upstream. There's a point where the upstream backs up and it just says, I'm sorry, I can't handle whatever you're sending me. So, and I think it's just a limitation of the ISP. Cause I really don't think it's my CPU, or I don't think it's my machine. But I don't know. And everything I read on OBS forums is like, there's nothing you can do anytime you see dropped frames like that, it's nothing to do with there's no setting you can change to make it better. Your ISP just can't handle it. I'm like, well, that stinks. But it also explains a lot of, like, when I'm playing games, why it just suddenly, like, I'm rubber banding a little bit, and so it feels like my, nothing I'm shooting at gets hit. That's going to be the top of that's going to be. Maybe a plate instead. White. And then a tile. Seems to be stabilized a little bit, so. We'll see how long this lasts. So this is attached in weirdly, like, when I switched mine to the GPU, it caused, I can't read under that fucking heart. It caused a massive frame drop under low latency, just like you experienced. Well, my GPU is terrible, but it shouldn't be, I'm not doing a whole lot of work with the GPU right now. So, I mean, this is probably, but the CPU should be able to handle it just fine. It's one of the next things I want to get is a good card. I'm trying to remember. So my son sent me to oh no, it's not Ray, my PC benchmark. Yeah. So I don't think it's saved. I don't think mine's saved. It might be. I wonder if mine's still saved. Yeah, so I can, like, there's a bunch of things on here to, I need to get a new card, but I need to make sure whatever card fits with my board. I thought it had saved my, yeah, here it is. So this is my graphics card. This is what I have right now. It's terrible. And here's the memory, and here's the drive, and I don't know where there's the processor. So it seems okay. It's just I need a new card. So I was thinking of getting, I don't know, one of these. Something that's, it doesn't make it a great machine, but it makes it run better. So anyway, it's afternoon. I need to take a break. I need about an hour to kind of cool off. I was doing yard work, a panic yard work this morning. Oh, happy 1st of October, the spooky season. My lawnmower that hasn't worked all summer decided to work today. Like I was like, hey, I'll see if it starts. And it started. And I'm like, all right, well, this is fine. Let's see if it sputters and dies. And it didn't. And I was able to mow my whole yard. So I did that and then rushed and edged everything and came back in and made breakfast. And I was just like, well, I guess I'm done. So I'm all like still sweaty and stuff, but I'm going to go paint in a hot warehouse later. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to take a shower till I get home. But so thank you for all the input, Vab. If you got any more, we can talk about this later too. We can compare machines and stuff. And I do need to get a better card, and I hopefully that'll take care of some stuff. I really wish it wasn't doing this. I may put in a ticket to my ISP, but I don't know what good that would do. I think I'm just going to wait till Google Fiber gets here. But thank you guys for joining me. Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't know if I'm going to be available Thursday. I'm going to try. Thursday is going to be a test rigging of the TIFO, but since I'm probably not going to go to the game that weekend, it doesn't matter if I'm at the test rigging or not. That's when they like test the ropes and they hook everything up, make sure it goes up and down okay and doesn't get snagged on anything, but I'm not going to the game, so it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. So Thursday we should be okay if we want to figure out something to do Thursday, build a set, do some design work, play a game, whatever we want to do. Yeah, and if you find anything out, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for being here, and have a great rest of your weekend.